I remember always wanting to start my own podcast. And if I'd listened to all the common advice on the internet, I would have had to wait 20 years when I was 40 and a successful, famous millionaire with a PhD before I had a chance at succeeding at creating a successful one. And that stopped me from doing podcasting, becoming a podcaster for so long, for like at least 2 years. And one time I was walking back from a very long day at school, and like I had many times before, dreamed of the guests I could get on my show and what my podcast would be called and what I would talk about. And for some reason, this time it was different. Just had a light bulb click in my mind. And there and then I decided I was going to start my own podcast. And for once, I didn't procrastinate it, because if you're watching this, you haven't started your own show. You're procrastinating it right now. And today I'm going to tell you exactly why you need to start your own podcast and why this is the perfect moment to start. But let me tell you a bit about my progress in podcasting since I had that light bulb moment. Well, it's been 6 months since I had that moment, and I've recorded over 60 episodes, got over 4 million views across all social media platforms. And I'm now monetized on YouTube. And I've actually got my first ever student who signed up for my Pro Remote Podcast Blueprint, who I have been teaching this week. So yeah, if you're watching this, Rob, thank you for joining. And the results will be coming soon. Top link in the description if you're interested in that. And I secured some of my dream guests, including SpaceX co-founder Jim Cantrell and SpaceX founding team member Hans Koenigsmann, and wildlife filmmaker Bertie Gregory, who I've absolutely admired since I was 15 years old. All of this process and progress would not have been achieved if I did not start my podcast. If I carried on procrastinating, I wouldn't be creating this video right now. I'd be a passive viewer. And if you're watching this, you are literally so close to getting the results I'm talking about for yourself. I promise you, if you start your podcast now and use the tips that I am telling you about on my channel, on my course, you're going to get the results that you deserve. You're going to become a pro podcaster in no time, even from the middle of nowhere, even in your bedroom. Because the thing is, the perfect condition, my friend, is to start. We try and come up with all these plans in our head, in our Apple Notes, and it makes it too complex. We get too much of a cognitive load in our mind, and that stops us from taking action because it makes the wall, the barrier, the activation energy so high, we think it's too challenging to start. But just turn your brain off right now and start your own show. Because I promise you, the moment you start, the moment will be remembered forever, because you will remember that was the moment where you started and it flowed downstream from there like a river. When we start our plans, we just course correct along the way. Instead of following this 10-year plan and blueprint that doesn't work, that we made up on the fly, and we take direct action, which I talk about in my course, it just gets us so much farther to our goals in such a short time frame, because we are prioritizing action over planning. And when we prioritize action over planning, that results in progress much faster than you could ever imagine. And I'm living proof of that. There's so many benefits of being a podcaster that most people won't tell you about. And one of the benefits is you obviously get to have amazing conversations with dream guests that you'd never be able to learn from before. And if you had to learn from them, it'd be from listening to another podcast or watching television, or you'd have to pay to interview them. But for some reason with a podcast, they are willing to come onto the show more than you believe. You'll have all these limiting beliefs in your mind right now, which are stopping you from starting the show. It's like if you're about to start a race and you've been wanting to do this race for quite a long time, but you don't want to start because you're scared that you're going to get injured halfway through the race, or the t-shirt you're wearing doesn't fit you perfectly, or it's too hot on a summer's day, or you haven't had enough water, or you're hungry. All of these things are BS excuses, and the exact kind of beliefs that you'll have in your mind right now. when you haven't started your show, and they get vanished as soon as you take the first step, which is to create the YouTube channel, create the Apple account, create the Spotify channel, or sign up to some software like Riverside FM, which I use to remotely record with guests. I'm not sponsored, by the way. It's generally the one I use. All of these things give you proof that you are who you say you are. You are who you want to be, and that is a pro podcaster. And it's never been easier to become a pro podcaster. 2025, 2026, and beyond, with the help of AI, is going to make it incredibly easy and streamlined to create a remote pro show from your bedroom. You know, I'm doing this in the studio right now, but I've done countless episodes in my bedroom, and I'm doing this all with my camera on my laptop and using $25 LED ring lights. And that's how I started. And those videos have been clipped using £20 a month software on the script and have generated me millions of views across all social media channels. And the fact that you can hear my voice is a bit raspy, if you're a loyal listener, shout out to you. Really appreciate you listening and consuming this content, especially if you want to start your own show. This is the best place to learn. But even if you're just listening to the guest shows most of the time, I really hope you enjoy it. And I hope you get a lot from this content, because I really just want us to take action and start achieving our dreams, whether it's a podcast, whether it's a business, whether it's, joining a sports team. It can be something as small as doing your garden. I just want you guys to take action. But this video is obviously specifically for aspiring podcasters. But as you'll know, if you're a loyal listener to my show, my voice right now sounds a bit raspy because I'm recovering from an illness, right? And there's a reason why I'm still talking to you right now and I'm not in bed with a Lemsip or a herbal tea recovering. It's because I absolutely love creating content. And I know if you're watching this video, you're just not starting because you don't know how to start. You don't know how it works. Like, how do I upload it? Like, how do I schedule it? Like, how do I get it on Apple Podcasts? How do I even get guests on the show? What will I talk about? How do I make sure the first few seconds are super engaging? How do I make sure the titles and thumbnails are good? What app should I use to create a good thumb? How can I remove myself and the guest's image from the background to create a clean looking? And what fun text do I add? There's all these things going on in your mind, and all of the limiting beliefs, like I'm not smart enough, I'm not old enough, I'm not intelligent enough, I don't have enough money to do this. It's all fake. It's all a facade. And I promise you, you can start your own podcast for less than $100 on this second channel. And if you're watching this on YouTube, but if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple or whatever, I've made so many videos showing you how you can start a podcast with literally just your iPhone or even just your laptop and some earphones. It can be that simple. And obviously, the more equipment you invest in, the better. But the entry level baseline is super nowadays because of the remote software like Riverside and the quality of iPhone cameras and even of AirPod audios, which can be AI enhanced to sound studio grade. You know, it's never been easier. And I just feel sorry for you if you haven't started your podcast. But by watching this, you are one step away from becoming the dream person you want to be. And that is a pro podcaster or a pro creator. And I'm so thankful you've clicked onto this video, because I have the exact place for you to achieve those dreams. You know, most podcasters don't have a secret blueprint where they share all their mistakes, all their top tips. They usually hide it from you because they don't want people to realize how good podcasting is as a career, as a dream lifestyle. But I'm here to destroy that and show you the secret bright side that the internet doesn't want you to know about. And the best way to join and to become a pro podcaster and join that side is my Pro Remote Podcast Blueprint. It gives you the step-by-step method I still use to this day to record high quality episodes, to get dream guests on the show, and what I put in the emails. Literally everything from how to create a thumbnail and the title super optimized to what to ask in the episodes and who to target and what structure you should have for the detailed things that no other podcaster tells you about. All these other podcasters, like tip channels and fake gurus, don't even have a podcast. I'm the only podcaster that I'm aware of that is literally sharing their knowledge and their exact method that they use to students. And like I said earlier, I've already got the first student who's joined, Rob, and he's already making so much progress. And we went on a call yesterday because every week we're going to do live weekly one-to-one calls where you can get one-to-one personalized feedback with me and also meet other people on the course who can give you tips and keep you accountable and keep you consistent at becoming a podcaster. And it was great. It was such a good call. And I can't wait for more people to join and really become their dream, which is, if you're watching this, probably a pro podcaster. If I can do it at 21 years old and in 6 months get monetized, get my first student, get 60 plus dream guests like best-selling authors, co-founders of massive companies like SpaceX, award-winning, Grammy-winning photographers like Albert Watson and Tim Flack, and all of these people that I've looked up to for many, many years, all from my laptop on the internet. You can too, and I'm showing you exactly how to do it. So if you are interested and if you want to take the leap and not procrastinate anymore, join now. We've only got 24 spaces left at half price. And like I said, Rob's already joined. So one space is already taken and he's reaping the rewards. He's getting ahead of you by joining this course. So if you want to catch up and get feedback from me so you can become a successful podcaster and stop procrastinating and start achieving your dreams, then top link in the description. You will not regret it. What you will regret is deferring your entire life, procrastinating your entire life and being on your deathbed and thinking, if only I joined that course, I could have actually become a podcaster, spoken to all my heroes, gained status, gained money from talking to people on the internet and make a career out of it and really change the world and help people improve their lives or understand a topic that I genuinely find interesting. That's what you're going to be thinking about on your deathbed if you do not start taking action and join the course and community. I will see you there. Goodbye. And I'm rooting for you.